Hello.
Good morning.
How are you?
Greetings.
Hello. All I can see is the logo.
That's because that's all that's up there right now.
But what if I want to see? I was gonna say I want to see your smiling faces this morning.
There we go.
Well, we wanted to show that to tell people that we're actually doing a chat and chew.
We're chatting and chewing.
It's kind of like a buffer to warn people so they don't just see these faces right now and scare the hell out of them for breakfast.
As if there's something wrong with seeing these faces right now. Come on.
Look at these faces. Yeah, that's not the first thing you want to see in the morning.
Oh, come on. Seriously? Really?
Well, fair enough. I wouldn't want to roll over and see Franco's face first thing in the morning.
See, now you're getting it.
So I'm going to say hello to everybody out there in internet land. I am Marc Hammond. That I'm being joined by Franco and Joe Crone. Franco, obviously one of the founders of All Yeah Comics. Joe Crone is our second in command, our new captain over at All Yeah Comics in beautiful downtown Skokie. For those of you just joining us, and hopefully you are, let me explain to you what this is. Welcome to Chat and Chew. Years and years and years ago, I did a thing on Sunday mornings at the shop where we would put out coffee and juice and, hey, Joseph, how you doing? And like donuts or bagels. And just for the first hour of every Sunday morning, we would just invite people to come in, grab a coffee, grab a donut, sit down and talk about comics, life, whatever. It was a really great community building exercise for us. A lot of people made excellent friends, and that are still. In fact, there's actually at least one couple that I introduced at Chat. They're married now, so that's fun.
It is not Joe or I.
That's true. It's Rob and Colleen. Hopefully, they'll
okay,
good. A little bit later on. But I've been missing that community lately, and we're not quite ready to do them in person. So what we're going to do is every other Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we're going to do an hour of digital chat and chew. So hopefully you grab a coffee cup, get a bagel, whatever you want to do, and just come in and just we'll ask questions and you can answer. You can ask us questions and we'll answer. We're just going to banter. This is not a live sale. Yeah, here you go. Here's my cup. Here's my Hellboy cup for you. Clink it up.
Oh yeah, you got Hellboy. I got the Muppets.
I got Hellboy.
I got grunge. I got grunge now.
Oh, yeah, Seattle. Oh, I love Seattle. It's good.
Yeah.
So welcome to Chat and Chew, fellas. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. There's people. There's people chiming in and saying hello.
Oh, don't you have to tell them something about Facebook?
Yes, actually, if you are watching us, we're right now we're on the All Yeah New York page, we're on the All Yeah group page, and we're on the All Yeah YouTube channel. But if you guys are viewing us on Facebook, you need to. We're going live via StreamYard, and you need to give Facebook your permission in order for them to use your logo picture and for us to be able to see your name. So it'll come up if you put a comment in. It'll come up, but it may not come up with your name unless you give them permission to do so. So,
Colleen's having iced chai. That sounds super good.
No.
Where are we streaming this morning? We're streaming to the All Yeah Comics New York page.
New York page, the All Yeah Comics group page on Facebook, and the All Yeah Comics YouTube channel.
Nice. Yeah, it's Foxy. I think is watching from YouTube. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how this newfangled StreamYard stuff works. So good thing.
Yeah. We are all sophisticated. Yeah.
Yes, that's a true story. I don't know. I can't keep up with Joe. His social media is on point. Joe has recently taken over the social media for Skokie. Hopefully, I'll wrangle him to helping me do some stuff here. But hey, Rob,
Mark, what is it? It's off the hizzy chain, right?
Oh my God! Every time you say that, I cringe a little bit. I don't know why, but. So two of my friends from Florida are watching, Colleen and Rob Netto, and those are the two that I introduced to Chat and Chew in Florida many minutes ago, and they're married now. So I claim all the credit for their marriage and their happiness for the rest of time.
Nice.
I actually spoke to a gentleman named Randy Field yesterday at the shop. He came in. Yeah, I met him for the first time. He told me he actually told me about the Chat and Chew, and then later last night, Mark, you posted something about the Chat and Chew. And then earlier this week, I was kind of putting together a post about, that little lounge area that we have in the Skokie shop and how we need to kind of utilize that for people to come on in and like hang out if they want, do some sketching. Or I brought a Garbage Pail Kids coloring book to the shop the other day with some crayons. And
nice.
It's ready to go. I bought a plant. Showed you the plant that I bought.
I saw the plant. We have a plant here, and it's funny. The mayor gave it to us on our grand opening, and I've managed to keep it alive all this time.
Wow.
But for some reason, for the first, it's maintained its size the entire time, the entire 6 years. In the last 2 weeks, it's doubled in size. And I don't know why or what I did that's changed it. But
it's catching the vibes, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say it's feeling the power of the expandability. I don't know if that's a word. Is that a word we should use?
It's true.
Rob
is acknowledging my claim on their marriage, and he says they transfer 10% of their happiness to me each month as a finder's fee. No, that's fair.
Just don't share your bank account information with him. That's something you want to keep between your married people, not with Brother Bear.
Hey, Jonathan Phillips, did you make omelets for everybody?
Yeah.
So, all right, out there in Facebook or YouTube land, do you have any questions for us? We're up for your questions this morning while we are drinking our various beverages. I am not drinking coffee. I'm drinking orange juice, but I'm drinking it out of a coffee mug to make all of you feel more comfortable.
I have a question. You guys always initiate this way where you're like, hey, Joe, you want to hop on a call with us real quick? And then I end up on a show for the masses to watch. Is that kind of how you guys get people into the All Yeah fam?
No, but I think it should be going forward. This is totally how yeah. So everybody, I sent I sent Joe the link. Excuse me, I was reading Rob's comment. I sent Joe the link and didn't tell him that we were going live. Surprise!
Great, fine.
It was Franco's idea.
I'm just gonna give an extra thanks to Randy for kind of giving me a prep.
Yeah, well, going forward, we say this, but we don't do it. But going forward, we try and give people some more warning, and if we're gonna be doing the chat and shoe, we might actually invite people that are out there watching us, to be on the stream with us, because there's a way to do that. But we figured for the first one, we were just gonna go kind of simple and just have me and Mark. And I'm like, if Joe's around, because we saw you post on the Skokie page, I'm like, invite him over, see if he's up. If he's up and he doesn't have bedhead, let's get him on.
Yeah, there's not much bedhead situation here.
Franco's got his first question from Giuseppe.
What are some of your favorite characters to draw? I just like to draw. I like to draw anything. Spider-Man's my favorite. I don't know, it's those web lines or something. I like to draw everything. Yeah, so I don't know that I have a favorite. I like my own characters. I like Fox and Evil, which is a book I'm doing. I'm working on a whole bunch of projects right now that I can't tell anybody about, so it's frustrating because I have stuff that I'm working on and stuff that's coming out. I have 4 different projects that I'm working on that are in various stages of production, but none that have been announced publicly. So it seems like I haven't really done anything in a while, but I've been working my butt off on stuff. So you'll see some stuff.
He has no more butt.
Yeah, I'm actually not even sitting because I don't have a butt. So yeah, that's the thing.
Why is there an All Yeah Comics issue 0? Why not?
Oh, there is an All Yeah Comics issue 0. I have an answer to that because originally when we ran the Kickstarter, it was for exclusively for the Kickstarter, and we did the 0 issue as a way to say thank you to everybody who helped contribute, and we figured it's been quite a few years since that Kickstarter, so we decided to publish it, which is why we have an Oh Yeah 0. We were originally going to make it like an issue 14 or 15, but then we're like, no, we did this all before everything else, so that's why we did an issue 0. So yeah, there's an answer to that. How do you like that? I have answers to this morning. I usually don't have answers, but this morning I seem to have some.
I got this one. What's your favorite of the Krakowa era X-Men books, which is the current Jonathan Hickman led batch of X books? Marauders. I'm a Cape Pride fan, but also I love Russell Dowderman's covers. I thoroughly enjoy the cast. That has been not just consistently my favorite of the X books, but right now it's my favorite Marvel book.
Oh.
I got to catch up with that stuff. When Matthew Rosenberg brought the brown and yellow suit back to Wolverine, I think it was like X-Men 11 through 17 or something like that. Wolverine and Cyclops kind of got together and had some, I don't know, I'm a little bit behind, but mad props to Matt Rosenberg for doing a proper Wolverine costume.
Whoever has a brown costume, did they change that because for certain I'm gonna poop my pants because this villain is gonna beat me? Is that why they changed it to brown, or is that not a?
I don't know. That's a Frank Miller question.
Oh,
so
Is it?
I don't know.
If we were, I don't know. Albert's doesn't chat and chew go against the time shared wisdom? Don't eat with your mouth. What if none of us are eating right now, so it's okay. We're just assuming that all of you are eating wherever you are. We're chatting and you're chewing. Seamus had a pretty funny joke last night. Isn't it chat and chew instead of chat and chew?
Yeah.
Normally, chat and chew is in person.
Yeah.
So
we don't want to view anybody chewing, though. That's yeah.
No. Oh God! If we were contestants on Survivor, who wins? I'm gonna say Joe.
Why?
Not me. I'm in the worst shape of the three of us. So
yeah, I don't think any of us have any survival skills except for you. You seem to be the only one who actually knows what's going on. So
me again? Yeah. Okay.
If we were on Survivor, I would vote Joe off first because he would win. So I would try and get you off first. I think.
I didn't know I was putting off that kind of vibe. That's great. Thanks.
Well,
guys.
but the thing is, too, Franco and I can form an alliance to make that vote stronger because I would totally vote you off first as well.
Yeah.
But then I would turn on him on the second day, and then.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. The second person getting voted off is Franco. Voting the superior people off is my only chance of survival.
Eating an apple. What kind of apple? There's Macintosh. There's Red Delicious. You gotta be more specific. We're in the apple kingdom. That's a lot of apples. I'm just saying. I don't know. Let's see. Who's next? Franco, what is your favorite book or comic you've ever made? Come on. That's like making me pick between my favorite child, and I only have one. So it would be my son. He is my favorite child. Favorite comic book I ever made? I don't know. There's a lot. I like Weirdsville was my first comic, which is going way back. There's Patrick the Wolf Boy, always has a special place in my heart. Tiny Titans, Grimace Island is one of my favorites. A lot. One of my favorite is one of my upcoming books that I can't talk about. I poured a lot of love into it. So that one.
As a side note, did you know that there are worldwide 7,500 different types of apples?
Yeah, and that's why I needed him to be more specific. Philip just throws apple out there. What am I going to do with apple? I need to know what kind of apple.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Joe, you want to field this one? I have an answer for me, but
I'm looking forward to Eternals because I don't really have any expectations for it. I don't know what it's going to be. But I have complete trust in the MCU at this point that what they're going to do is going to be great. And I feel like what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy, taking those characters and they're now all household names is just, the power that they have. And I think I don't know. I'm in it. I'm invested. The superhero MCU stuff, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm in for the long run. I'm excited about that. I think that's the right answer. I think that's the answer I'm looking for. Also, Blade.
All of this, but also Blade.
Yeah. Also Blade, and I hope they do the whole I feel like with that first issue of Moon Knight that came out the other day, there's some vampire stuff in it. So I hope that they're kind of they're establishing that kind of precedent for that sector of the Marvel universe where Moon Knight's gonna hang out with Blade and they're gonna hang out with Johnny Blaze, and then all that kind of stuff's gonna happen. Also, I heard that dude who played Daredevil on Netflix is gonna be around too, and I think that's great. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
I think the thing that I'm looking forward to the most is the What If cartoon.
Yeah.
Psyched. I used to love that comic series.
Oh, yeah.
and I'm just excited to see what they do with it. I love the animation style. I don't know. I just feel like they're going to crush it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Hawkeye. I have like a huge crush on Haley Steinfeld, so I'm excited to see how they bring that in. And I want Pizza Dog.
Yes,
so
yes,
I want
Pizza
to.
Dog.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've got some inside juice about Hawkeye.
Tell me.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to tell this terribly, but my wife's friend has a friend who worked on the Hawkeye movies being shot in New York. She's a dancer, so they asked her to come choreograph a scene in Hawkeye where Hawkeye is watching a play, a Broadway production of the Battle of New York. And apparently, they liked what this choreographer did so much that they extended the scene, and then they asked her, they proposed some sort of would you like to make like a Broadway musical of the Battle of New York, which I assume is like something that every Hollywood producers probably just ask people and get them excited about. But nevertheless, there's I guess there's like a Broadway version of the Battle of New York in the Hawkeye movie.
Oh, so basically, what I learned from that conversation is that you can get me a set visit. That's what I've learned.
Well, the problem there is that they already finished filming the TV series, so you'd have to also be able to travel through time.
Yeah,
we can do that. We can do. I
mean, I don't put anything past Franco. I'm sure he'll figure it out. But
yeah.
So there's that.
There you go. Oh, Joe came back with Washington apples. Yeah, but aren't there a whole bunch of different flavors of Washington apples?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are 7,500 different types of apples. Like
Joe, man, don't worry about what they're saying, dude. That's fine. Just leave it. Washington apples. Just
Joe, I get that it's your first time on a camera with Franco. Now you don't got to go easy on these people. They can take it.
I'm just amazed.
Joseph can take it. What is it? Because you're both Joe? Is that what it is? You're giving him preferential treatment? Whatever. Move on.
He's siding with all the Joes in the audience. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm just astonished that these people are up and about, and the first thing that they want to do is watch this. You know what I mean?
Well, and Joe, even better because Joseph's out in Seattle, so it's 7 a.m.
Okay. Listen, I didn't start this whole Apple thing. Okay.
He's like, but I'm gonna finish it. That's it. Boom. Honeycrisp. There, I solved it for you.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. See, Philip's on the ball there. All right.
What
else we got?
Has never had their own series. Or should have their own series. Okay, so Robert, are you talking about? I wonder if he's talking about comic or TV series, but we could do both. I have an odd fixation on the character Stingray, the Avenger. I would love to see a Stingray miniseries. I think the design of the character is super cool. For TV or movie, I would love to see Damage Control, but the Dwayne McDuffie version of Damage Control, the funny, humorous Damage Control. I love that series. So,
yeah.
Anybody else?
I got nothing else. I don't know.
Saying Peaches Valentine from the Goon series. That's what I'd like to see.
That'd be amazing.
What else we got? Let's see. We got more. Pizza Dog. I like Pizza Dog. Yeah, Pizza Dog. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. What comic creator do you guys geek out over?
Ooh. I don't know. I've geeked out over so many. I'm a big fan of Arthur Adams. So I got to meet him, and that was kind of a thrill. And he expressed love back at some of the stuff I do, which really blew my mind.
Awesome.
So yeah, I got to meet him and tell him, excuse me, how much of a big fan I am of his, and he said, well, what do you do? And I told him, and he goes, oh, and he literally knocked on his table, because I went up to his table at a convention, and he called his daughter out, who was coloring pages underneath the convention table. And he introduced me to his daughter and said, this is the guy that wrote the book that we read every night. And I was like, whoa, that's so cool. So that's the only time I ever really just slobbered over someone and humana. But other than that, I usually don't get as you can witness by this, I don't get very tongue-tied very often.
It was an unusual amount of slobber too. We had to get him paper towels, and that was messy.
Yeah, they had to call up the cleaning crew.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
You know, we've been so fortunate to have met so many different people, especially, you know, like we have an ongoing like wish list of guests for the different stores, but we've gotten so many of them. We've been really lucky in that. I actually, so not geeking out over it, I'll take it the other direction. I was always really happy that I managed to not geek out when we had Mike Mignola sign at the Skokie store, because that's and also Terry Moore. Those two, I think, are the ones that I was the most proud of myself for not geeking out over like a little kid.
Yeah, I'm probably like one more awkward interaction away from Eric Powell filing a restraining order against me. It's like it really is like a 50-50 thing. It's, you know, met him a bunch of times. It's either great or it's not. I introduced him to my mom one time at the Heroes Convention in Charlotte, which is just like ridiculous. But anyway, he's a good guy. He's a good sport.
Yes, we had him. He was doing the Goon 20th anniversary tour, so we had him out at Skokie and we had him here. And I actually flew out to Skokie for it, and then of course I was here when he was here. So
I was there. I brought my Goon squad with me.
Yeah,
there you go. It was awesome.
It's good stuff.
Yelling hot dogs and Mike Norton.
Yeah, and
there
then
you go.
I love that he had the 20th anniversary like wresling championship belt made for people to hold. And I kept telling him, I was like, look the other way, and I would walk away with it. I was trying to steal it, but they didn't get to keep it.
Nice. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Jonathan here. I want a mini series of Pizza Dog and Loki Alligator. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that.
Have you ever checked out when they did Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers, where it's like Thor Frog and Lockjaw and Red Wing and all that? That's what we need. We need a new Pet Avengers series with Pizza Dog added to it and Alligator Loki.
Yeah.
Loki.
Love it. Would you guys like to make an Oh Yeah Comics poster? Yes, I would. It's just finding the time.
Yeah.
But we will. Honey Christmas. See, the battle still rages. Yeah.
You guys, they keep going back to the comic series. Oh, he was that was Robert's question, which if somebody got their solo series, comic series, not TV series. Stingray.
Yeah.
You have the privilege to put the spot into an upcoming MCU project. Which one are you inserting the best comic book villain ever into? He's going to get a brief cameo in Thor: Love and Thunder, and someone's going to fry him with Mjolnir.
Oh, man, that sounds like it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long time ago at a convention in Whitehall, Massachusetts, he actually just sat up next to me, and I've told the story many times, so you can go on our podcast, the Oh Yeah podcast, and we've told the story a couple times on there, and you can read it other places as well. What's your favorite Ghostbusters movie? This is a weird question, I think, for me personally, because my answer is always the first one. Like, people say, which is your favorite Star Wars movie? And for me, it's the first one, because without it, none of the other ones would exist. So for me, it has to be the first one.
I think Star Wars to me, I think you can choose. I understand what you're saying. That's kind of my thing too. My wife's favorite Ghostbusters movie is Ghostbusters 2, which I don't know. That's fine. But with a trilogy, with something that's designed to be a trilogy, I think I don't know. I feel personally that you can choose one of the three if it's, right? Or no? Am I wrong?
Like Empire doesn't have the same emotional resonance without A New Hope.
Sure.
You have to get to know those characters and see the progression, particularly between Leia and Han, for that gut punch that is having Han snatched away from them. And then Luke's revelation that Vader's his father. I don't think it means as much without how much of a bastard. Yeah, the Titanic sinks too, Franco.
Damn, I was going to watch both of those today.
Yeah, the Titanic sinks in the first Star Wars film. Did you not watch it?
They're making a sequel to Titanic, babe. That's what I understand.
Why?
It's going to be a zombie movie. They're going to raise it from the depths. Oh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you. She's 8. Oh, that's awesome.
And Franco, her name's Margie. If you want to say hi to her.
Oh, hi, Margie. Thank you for being a fan. I hope to meet you at a convention or appearance one day. Thank you. Let's see. As Mark knows, yes, Mark knows because he just told me.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Why would I keep that information myself? I would never do such a thing.
Yeah, Jack, you're right. Let's see. What else we got?
Peach pearl apple.
A peach pearl? That's not an apple. It's a peach or a pearl, I think.
I'm looking that up now.
Why?
Because I'm curious.
Oh,
wow.
What did the pot ever do to you?
It's weird. On the outside, it looks like an apple. On the inside, it looks like a peach.
No, I don't like that. I like things to kind of be what they're supposed to. Ew.
Dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
Get out of here.
I'm not having that for breakfast.
Everything I've seen for the new Ghostbusters movie looks pretty good, though. Right?
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
Gosh, what did the spot ever do to you? The spot knows, Rob.
Now, the all-female Ghostbusters movie, and it's annoying that we have to refer to it that way, but I like that movie as well. I thought it had its good moments.
You could just call it "Answer the Call." They added that tagline afterwards to differentiate it from the other two movies.
Oh,
felt more than anything, it was maybe missing like New York as a character in the movie. Kind of felt like that was a bit absent.
I like the fact that they branched it out into different states. The fact that it was like kind of like a reboot where they didn't really acknowledge like the other ones, I thought was kind of like a disservice. I thought it would have been cool if they had something happening in Boston and these people answered the call for that. And it was weird the way they kind of handled that, in my opinion. I don't know.
Well, remember, the original plan for it too was it was supposed to be you would see different franchises pop up in different places, and then they would do a different film for each of those. So they already had a built-in excuse for it to be a sequel without being burdened by too much continuity from the first two. Mm-hmm. I will say I thought the Harold Ramis cameo was particularly clever. Yeah, where he's the bust, the bronze bust in the background.
Yep.
So, but I'm totally looking forward to this new one. I think it's going to be fantastic. Every time I watch a new trailer for it, I'm that much more hyped.
And also give me another Ghostbusters movie with those characters. I loved those characters, and being set in Boston and whatever. Why can't you give me another film like that? But again, not being connected to the other ones was a little annoying. But there you go.
I got an answer for this.
Go for it.
Oh, Super Pets, Crypto, man. Yeah. One team has the super dog and one team doesn't. Although Thor Frog is magic, so Crypto would be susceptible to him.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Thor Frog and Loki?
Yes. Did you see that Chris Hemsworth did the scream that he lets out is actually Chris Hemsworth?
No.
Yeah, he's in the credits as voicing.
Yeah. As Simon Walterson, the Throg.
Simon Walterson.
Good for him. Good for him.
Nice.
Keep going back to those apples.
Yeah. And people not liking the pink pearl. They are not liking it.
Like, people can like apples and people can like peaches, but put them together, hell no. We're like, no. We're done. Shut it down.
Right. No. I don't like it.
We should ask the audience a question. What do you think?
Yes.
Favorite comic book movie, not necessarily Marvel, just in general, and it goes for you too as well. Favorite comic book movie ever?
Ever? Wow. Yeah. If it was back in my youth, that would be limited to like 1 or 2 movies. But
well, that's true.
But nowadays we have lots of them.
What's a Ute?
A Ute. Oh, we were watching an episode of The Munsters the other day, and my son had never seen it because I brought up a picture of that time we did a convention and Butch Patrick signed with us. So we were watching an episode of The Munsters, and one of my son's favorite movies is My Cousin Vinny, and I told him, I said, "Oh, that's that's the judge," and he like flipped out. He goes, "The two youths guy."
The youths guy. Yeah.
He goes, "Oh my God, that is him."
What's a youth?
What's a youth? Yeah.
I always laugh, and I think Kurt's probably our friend Kurtwood.com is probably the only person that would know this. The Munsters TV movie they did, which had a completely different cast. The guy who played Herman Munster was the father from Gilmore Girls. Lorelai's father.
That's right.
Edward Herman, who's also he played a bunch of different people, but he's probably best known for playing FDR.
I agree with Philip. Rocketeer. I like Rocketeer.
Rocketeer's mine as well.
Aren't there? I think there's rumors, and I don't know if there's any truth to this, but there's rumors of Rob Zombie redoing
He's doing Munsters.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a TV series or a movie, but I'm like, that sounds really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a movie. He's like a huge fan.
Right.
Always has been of the original series. So. I mean, come on, the guy's got a song called Dragula.
I got a special guest.
Oh,
it's Harley.
That's Harley.
What's up, Harley?
She has no interest. Yeah, don't lick my coffee mug. That's my thanks. Let's see. Sorry, I'm neglecting my duties here.
I agree.
You're back to apples.
Oh, apples. Joe has like an aversion to apples. I'm finding out on this show.
Somebody made him eat an apple a day, and he really wanted to see the dentist, and they wouldn't let him.
Superman the movie. Yeah, Richard Donner just recently passed away, and that made me a little sad. Yeah,
but he had a good run. But
Yeah.
talk about a guy who really did have a huge impact on cinema. If you think
right.
about it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wouldn't say that I liked, obviously, because he passed away, but one of the things that I agreed with every time I saw it was, Richard Donner's Superman did in fact make me believe a man could fly.
Yep.
Christopher Reeve, his performance and Donner's direction. As a kid watching that movie for the first time, I was like mesmerized. It had a huge impact on how I saw not just movies, but comics as well, and definitely played a role in setting me on this path. So,
Ever tell you I met Christopher Reeve once?
What?
I think you did tell me that, but I don't remember the story.
Yeah, he came into the restaurant where I was working, my parents' restaurant, and he bought pizzas and stuff, and everybody was just like, oh, didn't recognize him, and he walked in, and I'm like, hi, I know who you are. So that was kind of cool.
You're Clark Kent, obviously.
Yeah.
Marissa said the Michael Keaton, the '89 Batman. Marissa, if you're not aware, the upcoming Flash film is going to jump from multiverse to multiverse, and they brought Michael Keaton back to reprise his role as Bruce Wayne in Batman.
The rumor I heard was that they offered Christian Bale an insane amount of money to come back as Batman for that film as well. Yeah, and he turned it down. So it would be nice to be in a position to turn down millions of dollars.
Yes, they when they cast Ben Affleck as Batman for Batman versus Superman, an interviewer was interviewing Christian Bale for whatever movie he had just had out, and they're like, what are your feelings on Ben Affleck being the next Batman? Like, and he said, I am a little jealous because it would have been kind of cool to play the Batman in the Justice League. But the Batman that Nolan and I, put forth it takes place in a world that doesn't have superpowers. So yeah, I am a little jealous. Same interviewer, a week later, interviewing Michael Keaton for a different movie, asked Michael Keaton if he was a little jealous too, and Michael Keaton's response was, "Why would I be jealous? I am Batman."
See, he's badass.
Yeah,
he's my Batman. I'm old enough to remember when the movie was announced, the Michael Keaton Batman movie was announced, and everybody lost their minds. Yeah. Like, you cast this guy as Batman? That's ridiculous. But he did pretty well. What are your thoughts on Space Jam 2? I haven't seen it, so I don't have thoughts.
I have no thoughts. I never even saw the first one.
Me neither.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, this. I'm just like you. I'm a Looney Tunes guy, man. I love Looney Tunes, but I guess it hit theaters at the right time where I wasn't really paying attention.
I'm going to go on record and say this, and I may get backlash, but I don't care because I'm Franco, so I don't care. But you know which is an underrated, underserved Looney Tunes movie? Is it? I make it the title wrong. Back in Action, the one with Brendan Fraser.
Oh yeah,
and Jenna Elfman.
Jenna Elfman. Yeah,
it's a good movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you're really hating on Space Jam 2, which is what I'm hearing from quite a lot of people, go watch the Back in Action one with Brendan Fraser. So it's good. Yes.
I think my favorite of the Looney Tunes movies is the parody of Fantasy Island they did.
See, I didn't like that because they took clips of all the old stuff and put it in there. So yeah. I'm not a fan of those. But
well, they're a fan of you, Franco.
Oh, I know.
The Looney Tunes were talking to Joe and I the other day, and they're like, you know who we like? That guy, Franco.
That's right. You know it. Unbreakable, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Hero movie.
My man Jonathan.
I just watched Glass, which is the third one in that trilogy.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know the comic shop in Unbreakable, you can go to that comic shop and like the guy has the wheelchair, the owner of the shop has the wheelchair and the comic that he holds up. Oh. You can do photo ops in his, like you can just take a quick photo.
Oh wow.
My friends David and from BAM Comics in Maitland, Florida, were on a road trip buying a collection and they stopped at that shop and took photos in the wheelchair.
Oh, nice.
Franco, did you see you saw Split, yeah?
I did not. I'm very behind on things.
Okay.
Which is why I created a streaming show called Catching Up with Franco, which forces me to watch things and talk about them, or else I don't watch them.
Well, for me, that was one of the best movie theater experiences of my life. I guess since we're talking about Luke's father and the end of Titanic, it's okay to talk about.
What is it with all the spoilers? Oh my gosh.
I feel like it's still kind of fresh enough to like not spoil it, but we're gonna.
I kind of feel like that too, oddly enough.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, you can spoil it. I already know the ending, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I know too. I don't care. Do what you gotta
okay,
do.
Well, just that they're connected. I guess that's not really.
Yeah, the post credit scene, which I thought
going to see Split. Going to see Split in the theaters. We just thought that we were seeing like a M. Night Shyamalan movie. We had no idea. And then that like music from Unbreakable kicks in at the end. And you're like,
yeah,
Shyamalan.
You know what would have been really cool is if Avatar: The Last Airbender, if that was like an Unbreakable movie. That would have been a cool surprise at the end.
That movie was totally breakable. It was incredibly broken in every conceivable way.
But come on, if it was M. Night Shyamalan, like that would have been a cool twist, right? And everybody was dead. That would have been cool. No, sorry. Too much for breakfast. Sorry.
Colleen says Black Panther is her favorite. That's an excellent choice.
Yeah, see, it's hard to do.
I'm totally curious about how they're gonna do Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever. Obviously I'm gonna see it, but what a huge loss Chadwick Boseman passing is just real terrible.
And I'm even gonna go so far as to say like a hero in real life too.
Yes,
because he. I mean, yeah, everybody has a right to their own private life, and he kept his illness private from everybody. But man, the fact that he still did the movies when he was sick, he would still do the press stuff, he would still go visit children in the hospital, all while he was undergoing all this stuff. You just look at stuff like that in a different light nowadays. But I have an answer to this. I have gone on record over the years.
We lost Franco. Wait a minute. He's hosting the stream. You heard what's happening?
I think his lawyers cut him off. He's talking about going on the record or something.
I wish I could do a good Franco voice. I'd be like, I've gone on record, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hi, Franco.
Hi, sorry.
You frozen?
I blacked out for a second. I'm back now.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I fell on the floor. I got up. I woke up. I'm like, where am I? And I'm doing a live stream. I've gone on record saying that people would ask me who my favorite actor is, and my answer would always be Bugs Bunny, because I always thought he was a real person. So, how about you guys? Did you answer while I was blacked out?
No. No, Bugs is mine too.
There you go. Let's see.
Although I'll say a close second is Gossamer. I just think Gossamer's
people. Yeah. I love him. I've met such interesting monsters. Let's see. Other people's saying things. Yes. I love Unbreakable. Oh, Matt. Oh, speaking of Matt, isn't he doing reviews for us on Patreon?
I was just going to say, so on our Patreon, which, hey, Joe, we're going to talk about that too, which we're getting to make some big pushes for. We're starting to add different content creators to our Patreon. And one of them is our good friend, Matthew Dillon, who is doing like 2 graphic novel reviews per month for us. And then in those reviews, you can follow the links to his social medias. You can see reviews of other comics and films and things like that. But for those of you who don't know Matt, he occasionally covers shifts here at the store, and his picture is misleading because his hair is now much, much longer than that. And every time he comes in, I just want to cut it. Not because I have a problem with it. It just looks cuttable. That's it. That's all I got.
What are you guys doing? Are you guys doing like current trades or old trades or
generally something that like I can order if somebody's interested. So we just put up his review for Invincible Volume 1.
Ah, nice.
And then oh my god, I'm forgetting what his that's the second review he's done for us. I'm trying to remember what the first one was.
Well, you could go on Patreon and find out. For people to go on Patreon.
Yes, it's true story.
Superman 3, the super fight scene. Jack, I might give you that one, but don't mention Superman 3 around Art Baltazar because that movie does not exist in his realm of possibility.
On the other hand, you can totally mention Superman 4 to Kurt because Nuclear Man is like his favorite thing ever, to the point where the actor Mark Pillow is in our Hall of Fame.
It's true. True story.
Yep.
Jonathan, I assume props is what you meant, but yes. Dark Knight, yes. Ooh, and Matt has another one coming in. Let's see what he says.
Spider-Man
2.
You know why? Because Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus is the best of the Spider-Man villains we've seen so far. No, I'm sorry, until Michael Keaton Vulture. Keaton Vulture is hardcore. I can't wait for this new Spider-Man film where you're going to get the whole Sinister Six. That's going to be nuts.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe should have been the best villain in those movies because he looked like a goblin already. You know what I mean? They didn't have to
he is great.
They didn't have to Power Ranger him up. You know what I mean? I don't know whose call that was, but man, I mean, they cast the right dude. They just, I don't know.
Yeah, the costume on Green Goblin could have been better. I mean, I get what they were going for with the flight suit, although I don't know why the military would make that helmet, but whatever. But I had to think for a second who the villain for the third one was. But it was Venom.
Church.
Yeah.
Oh, Venom and Green Goblin. Yeah.
And Ned from Wings.
Oh, Sandman. That's right.
Sandman. Yeah.
Ned from Wings.
Right, I forget. No, it was he was in a show with Grace Adler, Deborah Messing, called Ned and Stacy, which I thought was really funny. It was before Will and Grace aired.
Isn't his character on Wings Lowell?
Lowell, yeah, but he was on that Ned and Stacy with her after Wings and stuff like that. I've always liked him as an actor. I thought he was funny. Let's see, what do we got next? Ooh. Here's an interesting theory from Giuseppe that that Neymar kills Black Panther and Shuts become the new and then I assume becomes the new Panther.
Yeah, I think
Shuri, yeah.
I think we're definitely
that's how they would introduce Neymar. I don't think they'd introduce Neymar that way, would they?
Well, so the funny thing is, I didn't realize that they had cast Neymar for Black Panther 2 until last Sunday. They cast him already, and he looks great. And it's funny because it pissed off a bunch of fans online because he's not a white guy. And my whole thing was like, why does Neymar have to be a white guy?
Right.
Who cares?
That's interesting because isn't Neymar really considered like the first mutant?
The first mutant.
in the Marvel universe? So because there's and I've been absolutely wrong on all of these because on the Catching Up streaming show that I do, like we talk about the Marvel series and all the movies and stuff like that. And with the Marvel series, I've been having a lot of fun guesstimating some of the things that will happen Like I've had my theories and my conjectures, and I am proud to announce that I have been absolutely 100% wrong on all of them. So the fact that they're introducing Neymar, I thought, oh, this is a way to introduce X-Men when they were doing like the WandaVision series, or this is definitely a way to introduce the X-Men in the Loki series. I've been wrong on all of that. So the fact that they're bringing Neymar into Black Panther means that this is how we're going to get the X-Men, but I'll also be wrong on that. So
I think you'll get mentions of the X-Men, but I think they're gonna want you to see the X-Men coming, just like the sizzle reel they just did for all the Marvel release dates for the next 2 years ends with the Fantastic Four symbol, not with a specific date because they haven't chosen it, but we know that Phase 4 caps off with the Fantastic Four. Phase 5's got to be X-Men,
Oh, see, your conjectures are probably more right on the money than mine.
Yeah, but mine are like safe conjectures.
Yeah, but they're thought out, whereas mine are like, huh, what? Ooh, look, there's a laser beam. There's a laser dot. I'm following it.
It's just Franco clawing at a wall.
X-Men. Rumor: Luke Cage is returning to the MCU. Oh, well, isn't Charlie Cox in the Spider-Man movie as Daredevil or as Matt Murdock?
We think it's just as Matt Murdock. Like we're pretty sure he's Peter Parker's lawyer.
Yeah.
So, but
the fact that they're bringing in all these other Spider-Men and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and
which
it's crazy.
Which is not confirmed. It's still rumor. I mean, I believe it's true, but it's not confirmed.
No,
because the whole thing is they're playing with the multiverse. So you're seeing these characters from their respective universes somehow end up in wherever Tom Holland is. We won't know for sure until we see the movie, obviously, but that's, conjecture from reputable sources.
Yeah.
But personally, I'd love to see Luke Cage return. I think that actor is excellent. I'm not sure. Isn't he in a show called Evil though? Is that show still going? I mean, he could show up in the MCU movies. I just don't know if he'd get his own series again.
I don't know.
I didn't mind any of the casting for the Defenders. I just didn't like the writing for the Iron Fist series. I don't have a problem with the actor. I just thought the writing was weak.
Yeah. Casting was great. Frank, I was kind of with you where I had a theory that the Defenders were going to come out of the Doctor Strange portals at the end of Endgame.
Oh.
Whereas I think Doctor Strange and I think his line, Wong's line, is a shot at that. Where he's like, "What, you wanted more?"
Yeah.
You got to remember at that time, the head of Marvel TV, Jeff Loeb, and the head of Marvel, like the MCU, Kevin Feige, they don't like each other. That's one of the reasons that Loeb is gone, is because
or at least Nick Fury. You know what I mean? Like bring him through.
Yeah. I was surprised he wasn't part of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a bunch of for a long time I was like, yeah, why didn't a bunch of SHIELD agents come busting through there? But I guess SHIELD was dismantled by then and didn't really exist. But at least Samuel Jackson, who got the whole thing started, right? Instead of just showing up on that porch, just like.
I do love that Howard the Duck is there, though.
No, really?
Yeah. He's the portal when the various different Ravagers are walking out. He's got a rifle. He's walking out. He's just behind Groot to the right.
Really? Okay. All right.
Isn't it cool that these movies are so much fun to watch and they really do transport you to a different time and place, but also the fact that we could just sit around and say, oh, I thought this was going to happen, or I think this might happen. It's like, that's so much fun in trying to oh, what's going to happen? And it gets everybody so involved, and it starts this whole conversation with us on a Sunday morning while we're having breakfast and mugs, So I think that's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
One of the things that I enjoy about the Disney Plus series is that they don't drop the whole series at once, the whole season. They do it one by one.
Right.
Because it gives you that opportunity for water cooler talk. And that anticipation of the next episode and the speculation and coming up with different theories. Even if they're wrong, just the conversation that you're talking about it becomes a part of the experience of the show. It's almost like because of Netflix, we forgot how to watch TV.
I was going to say the two things that I hate about Netflix. One they fixed was the autoplay You have the option of shutting that off now, which used to drive me nuts because, as you're going through the menu, things would just start playing and I'm like, stop. But the other thing that still annoys me is that they drop everything all at once. And, for someone like me that can't sit there for 8 hours in a row and watch, the latest season of Stranger Things, it's kind of like, oh man, I just heard like a whole bunch of, spoilers for it, the next day. And the fact that, the Disney Plus stuff drops once a week gives you the time to watch it and gives you the chance to talk and speculate about it. And that's what I love about it.
Well, that, and you can't, you're not going to burn through a series in one day and then have to wait 364 more days.
Right.
I think Netflix is starting to reverse that on some of their series. The one that I always think about is the Great British Baking Show. They only do one episode at a time.
Oh, do they really? I didn't know that they did that.
BBC told them one episode at a time. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it airs within a few days of it airing in England, and they don't want Netflix to spoil the winner. So they're like, one episode at a time. Well, like Apple Plus TV, like with Ted Lasso, and I don't know if you watched the new one, Schmigadoon, the musical. It's really funny. They put one episode at a time. Although with Ted Lasso, I'm frustrated because I want to watch that whole thing right now.
What's Schmigadoon?
Schmigadoon, Lorne Michaels from Saturday Night Live is the producer. It's Keegan-Michael Key and Cecily Strong. They get trapped in a musical. And they can't leave until they've found true love. But like the mayor of the town is Alan Cumming, Kristen Chenoweth is in it. Excuse me. But it's 3 episodes out so far. It's on Apple Plus TV. It's very funny. You know who likes it? Howard Chaykin endorses that show.
Well, Howard Chaykin's a big musical fan, so
he's a big Broadway guy. So
yeah. Ooh, what's this? What's a popular show you have no interest in watching?
Oh God, I could give you a list. Current running show or a show ever?
Don't know.
Breaking Bad. We've discussed this before. I love Art like a brother, but he ruined that show for me. There's no way that any show could ever live up to his enjoyment of that show. And so
you don't have to watch it because he's seen it like 14 times. So
I'll just ask him. Yeah. What's like a current show? I don't know. I'm not up on my current shows. Really?
Yeah, me neither. I don't know. I do want to watch the shows that are interesting. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We are running short on time here, so has there been a better debut season of a show than Ted Lasso? I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I was going to say we can't spoil it for Franco. He hasn't watched, or for anybody. He has not watched the first episode of the second season. But for those of you out there, Ted Lasso is one of the best shows ever. I've got three comedies in a row that Franco told me to watch, and I waited longer than I should have.
Because he hates
have become my 3 favorite comedies ever, and it's Ted Lasso, Schitt's Creek, and Parks and Recreation.
That's right.
Although he also introduced me to The Good Place and to, was it Supermarket? What's that one?
Superstore.
Superstore. Excuse me, Superstore.
Yeah. So,
we got 6 minutes left, folks.
What's a show? What's a show that you would recommend to somebody that maybe hasn't seen it? I'm gonna go. I'm really into Big Shot on Disney Plus with John Stamos. He's a basketball coach who kind of gets who gets kind of thrown out of the basketball world and has to kind of reinvent himself. And it's a silly concept, I think, but it's a fun show, and I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. Let's put it that way.
I like John Stamos.
Yeah.
Bernie, sweet Bernie.
There's Bernie.
Hey, Bernie. I'm gonna recommend to everybody it's a show. It's pretty awesome. It's called Neon Joe Werewolf Hunter. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet or not.
I've never even heard of it.
No?
I didn't know you were the star of a show.
It's Neon Me Werewolf Hunter.
And what's it on?
It's an Adult Swim show, and I know I don't know if there's like a thing where it's like, oh, okay, Adult Swim, so it's like absolutely insane. It's really not. It is, but it's not. I don't watch a lot of Adult Swim shows, but Neon Joe Werewolf Hunter, man, it's gonna change things.
I gotta watch it.
I'm telling you, it's the best.
Is it? Yeah, I am writing it down because I want to watch it. I'm such a loser. I actually have a list of shows to actually watch written in my notepad.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to you again, man. After you see Neon Joe and see how you've changed.
I've changed. You'll be able to tell because I'll be wearing a lot more neon colors. And I'll change my name to Joe.
Right now, the only neon that he's wearing is his thong.
Imagery. Nice.
Well, let's see. Colleen
says everybody that's chewing and chatting this morning needs that imagery. I'm just saying.
Well, we got
the one Despicable Me movie where the minion's walking away, he's getting ready to get in the pool, and he's wearing the thong. That always makes me laugh. Hey, James
when he's surprised in the what? I love that.
Yeah, Bernie, we had an apple eating contest earlier, man. It was great.
Yeah, get into it.
All 75 different types of apples.
Yeah.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Alex?
You're a little late. We've only got 3 minutes left.
Man, oh man.
Do better in 2 weeks. Starts at
all right. So yeah, we got about 3 minutes left. So what closing thoughts from
when is this happening again? When is this happening again? So I can maybe have 10 minutes of prep to.
We're gonna rock this every two weeks on a Sunday, unless something comes up like where we're out of town or at a convention.
Okay.
You can actually come and see Franco and I next week at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. We're going to be at Terrificon, our buddy Mitch Halleck's excellent show.
Nice.
But 2 weeks from today, 10 in the morning, Eastern time, we're going to rock another Chat and Chew. Who knows who's going to show up, who our special guests are going to be. You never know.
Wait, was I the special guest today?
Yeah, but you can be on every time if you want. We can get a bunch of people on here. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna play around. We're gonna talk about things, and we're gonna see if we can actually get people from the audience to follow the link and be on with us. So we have room, I think, for up to 10 people at a time on the screen. So we're gonna play around with it and see what we can do.
Cool.
So
it's a true story. Oh, Franco, I was talking to everybody yesterday. I know we're not
everybody.
Yeah, I did a video yesterday when I realized that yesterday was the 6th anniversary of our soft opening at the store. I did an hour long where I was just chatting with people answering questions, which is what made me want to do to revive Chat and Chew. Excuse me. What's Franco's fee for getting us signed stuff at Terrificon?
Usually a smile.
I know. He's asking, what do they have to pay you for you to go get signed stuff from other people? We don't do that. We don't do that.
Franco's fee for getting us signed stuff at Terrificon. You can send me all the stuff. There's no guarantee that I will return any of it.
Yeah. And the signatures may not necessarily be valid.
And they'll probably just be mine.
Is there going to be a live sale today? Robert, there was going to be a live sale today, but I'm actually pushing it back to Tuesday at 5:15 with myself and the disembodied voice of Ben, because I'm going to see a movie that starts a little bit too soon after work for me to be able to do the signing and the movie. But I really want to go do this movie. So,
what are you going to go see?
Roadrunner, a movie about Anthony Bourdain.
Nice.
Yeah, but there's only like 2 showings at the theater near me tonight, so I got to catch the one that I can catch. All right, we got a minute left. I'm gonna say thanks for everybody for tuning in this morning and starting your day the all yeah way. For myself, Franco and Joe, thanks, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.